All right, and call us to order. I think we have a quorum now. We might have a few other folks join us. Ben might join us here in person. Right now, it's just me and Joe at the board table.
Okay.
Pretty quick. All right. Somebody else?
Somebody else called in.
Yep, Lily's on.
All right. So if you have Rosemily, hey, Rosemily, all right, we're in good. We'll have a copy of the meeting minutes from February.
I with me right now, but I reviewed them earlier today.
I will make a motion to approve the February meeting minutes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All, anyone say no. All right, have it. We'll show the February meeting minutes as approved. Did. And what's that? We are on to the executive director's report. I'll turn it over to Joe.
All right. You can hear me all right?
Yeah.
So, I think the first thing that I would like to report on is the fact that since last board meeting, we do have insurance, at least as for discussion at the February 19th board meeting. We have our property liability insurance, as well as the building has been secured by Team CFA Property, so we now do own building, and the charter agreement has been signed. So all three of those things we discussed at the last board meeting are complete and have been all signed off on and are ready to go. So I like to go through things. First of all, we are up to, on the executive directors, the director's report that I emailed out earlier, said that we had 15 full applications. We're now up to 20. Two other people, since I sent these out, come in and sign up their children. Had one today, third grade student, so we are now up to 20 students. I think we're up to a pretty good start. I saw that after the weather has improved and we're able to building, turn some lights on and do all that kind of stuff, but we're starting to get a little bit more interest. And people are starting just to stop by and enroll their children. So I think that's all a good thing. Let's see, the next item that I have here would for fundraising. Are continuing to wait on signatures from the various that need to sign for our PCSP grant, the state of Indiana. So we should have that completed within the next 2 weeks. I am trying to get that expedited and done so that we are able to start receiving reimbursement for some of the funds that we've expended we had applied for the PCSP grant for. So I have everybody up to date on that when that happens. Also, the final proposal for the post-authorization Walton grant is due on this Friday before close of business. The application uses the exact same information as our pre-authorization request. All I have to do is just go in there and it's already complete, but all I've had to do is go in there and just state some information changed since when we received our pre-authorization money back in, I think it was March of last year. So that we do on Friday. The the post authorization budget to approve tonight was $20,000, and what is in the budget is all directly tied to what's our approved operating budget that was submitted with our application. And that's pretty much it as far as the Walton Post Authorization Grant. We do amend the pre-authorization grant because when we first received funding, that was just an estimate on what we were going to be spending the money on, and it's a little different. Now we have secured a few things, like, for example, big budget items on the pre-authorization grant for furniture, and obviously, since we're in the building now, we've discovered that there's plenty of furniture for us, so I want to decrease the amount in our furniture budget for the pre-authorization grant. I also want to increase a little bit for community relations and being able to give you some more marketing and spending some money on just people involved in getting people come in and building that strong sense of community. And also something that we didn't have in there that I think is really important, especially for the immediate, is anything related to professional services. This could be, paying some for our insurance coverage that we have started right now. Also, utilities, which will be included in the authorization grant as well. And then any other kind of consulting or attorney fees that we may have associated with the work already done. So reallocating the funds to different areas. I spoke with Beth Bray from the Wall Foundation, and I always by her, and she's perfectly fine with it. So all we have to do is basically have you guys approve it, and then I will send it off to her, and it will be ready to go.
Joe, in the amendment, they went from 16,000 for technology and furniture to 5,000. What would decrease there?
Was in the furniture that we would purchase.
Okay.
For the building, and we don't really purchase a whole lot of furniture. There are some things that we will need to buy. At $5,000 will definitely cover it. So.
Okay. Did the phone have any questions about the amendment? The authorization request?
No, I'm really glad, Joe, that you've had that conversation with Beth Ray. And, that's the way to do it. Make sure that before you submit it, you know it's going to be approved. So that was smart on your part to do it.
Thank you. So, next on my report is regarding the operations and staffing. So I want to talk about instructional staff, and it was since we do have the property insurance, we do have our charter agreement signed to go, and we also have a clothing facility. I would like to recommend that formal offer to Tina Davis for a lead position be approved at this time. Also, a formal offer to Lois Young for the special education teacher be approved at the meeting as well. For the administrative staff, I would like to recommend that the formal offer to Tara Gusson for academic director be also approved at this meeting as well.
Have signed off on the charter agreement?
Yes, I talked with Emily Richardson today. She received the today, signed it, and I'm actually going to see if I can go just pick that up from her tomorrow. We have a phone call tomorrow as well at 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Joe, with this, then their contracts would be effective as of, is it July 1st or is it August 1st?
July.
July 1st.
So, yeah.
So they will all three become 12-month employees rather than 10-month employees.
The only will be a 10-month employee will be Lois Young, and her start date will be July 24th, I believe that date is.
Okay. All right. Just make sure that in the contract that's spelled out that will be 12-month employees, and because they'll have different vacation. Remember on the policies, they'll have different vacation times and all that. It's between the two, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll go make a motion to put out there a consent vote to Tina and Tara and Lois for the positions that Joe listed. And the motion can be more specific if you need to be.
Is the motion to make an order to accept employment of these folks?
To offer, I would say to offer the position to them.
Yeah.
To offer an employee contract, I guess, or employee agreement, whatever you're going to call it.
Yeah. Second the motion.
And Paul, if you'd rather do them separately, we can do that rather than a consent vote. It's up to you.
Sure, you got more experience with than I do, so I'm going to leave it up to you.
Okay. I just think that, and Joe, you have to put the salary amount, but you know that they're comfortable with the salary that you and benefits that you're offering them.
Yes.
Because I know you did some adjustments after you presented it the first time.
Yes. Okay.
So I'll make a motion that that the board offers an employment agreement, contract, whatever you're going to call it, to Lois. Well, I'm trying to get the names right, and I can't blow up this very big. It's so small. To Tina Davis, Long, and Tara Gustin.
Charlotte.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing will show that motion is approved. And we need to get a motion to approve the authorization grant.
The pre-authorization amendment and the post-option budget.
Okay.
Okay.
My apologies. This is Emily. I had to Joe earlier that I will need to be leaving, so I apologize if I have to drop off now. Does anyone need anything from me?
I don't think. I think we'll still have a quorum. So.
As long as we still have a quorum, we can still make right? There's still a quorum.
Yeah. Good.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
I think I understood the motion to approve the amended budget for Walton Grant.
The authorization amendment.
And then this authorization.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and make that motion that we a pre-authorization amendment.
Second that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, I'll show that motion is approved.
Next.
I'll make this is Paul motion. In a motion. To post authorization Walton budget.
So move.
Sorry. All right. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Here we'll show the post-authorization budget presented approved.
Thank you. All right, the next item that I had on my report here was the financials. And the only thing that we had expenditures on since our last board meeting were pay taxes and the service fee for utilizing the payroll service. With one action, and that was the ordering of purchase order forms that Bookings and Plus made on our behalf, which totaled the amount of $135.12. So, if you had any questions about that, since we haven't just anything, so.
Okay.
Good.
A motion to approve these, I know.
What? Okay.
So I'll make a motion that we approve the transaction list by vendor February 12th through March 12th.
Second.
Please say aye.
Aye.
Hearing will show transactional vendor for February 12th, 2014 through March 12th, 2014 as approved.
Next on my report is the community relations and public relations and community outreach. I'm here joined with Jelson, and she will give a brief presentation on the various events coming up.
Hello, everyone. You have all of the documents that prepared for the meeting today. I will go through all of them. You can look at them at your convenience. But just a couple of broad updates for you. Jen Boyce and I, who is the Director of Strategic Partnership with teams, that they had a great meeting today, going over our strategic plan moving forward for community partnerships by AECA. So we have begun to put that more global structure together, and we'll be sharing that with you hopefully the next board meeting. A couple of items that we have been working on is continuing to develop our online presence as well as our physical presence here in the community. Great event that we have is actually this Saturday, which is our spring clean event. We've been receiving a lot of feedback in regards to that event, and we currently have 63 confirmed folks that are going to show up that day to clean the building, which is just a fantastic response. I was hoping for 15, so 63 very much exceeded my expectations, and thanks to Ben for your help in getting the word out as well for that event. So we're very much looking forward to it. We actually have the pleasure of having John Bryan, who's the team CFA, that's joining us here that morning. So he will be all of our guests, say words, and then we will get started because there's a lot to do in this building. Very excited about stuff coming up on Saturday. We also have the fire department that's coming. They will be here. We have a very large banner that we're going to strategically place on the outside of the building to help the school and to, again, give that physical presence here in the community. So they're here at 9 a.m. as well to hang those banners, which is very exciting. The release for that event went out today as well, and I followed up with a couple of news organizations. They actually give their assignments out on Thursday, so they didn't know if they would be able to send the news out, but I will follow up with them on Friday morning, and hopefully we'll be able to get some good press out of that as well. So definitely looking forward to that and hope everyone can join us. We have the IACFA Board Dinner that will be taking place this Friday at the Marriott East. It's, again, just a great event to get everyone together, the IAE board, as well as folks from Team CFA, as well as our community partners. John will be here for that as well. So just very much looking forward to having everyone in the same room and collaborating and celebrating the success of the opening of the school. So a high-level overview of what I have been working on over the past couple of weeks, and also continue to look at an opportunity for donations as well. So any ideas or thoughts that you all have, please feel free to share them with me, and I will include them again in the strategic plan that Jen and I are working on for the school. Do you have any questions?
Joan, you might have said this, but will the media or the reporters on the news be there Saturday at all?
Then I've been working with Chris Klanowski at Team CFA, and we put together a great media advisory that went out today. I made follow-up phone calls to those news stations. It's too early yet to know if they'll be able to send a reporter. They make those assignments on Thursdays, so I'll follow up with them again on Friday and hope that one of the news organizations will send a reporter out.
Okay. That would be such a great way to market the school if parents watch that. I mean, gosh, that would be fabulous if the media be there. Anyway, thank you so much. You've got your job.
Thanks.
One question about industry. I know we have direct officers policy. We have property policy as well before
We are,
people.
yes, we are working, we have a small policy that covers anything that does happen. As far as we will increase the coverage as soon as we get the final numbers from, for the lease agreement from, as soon as they get us that documentation, get those numbers off it. There you go.
Before we have 63 volunteers show up, I want more of a policy and something that would be adequate to cover an injury or something.
We do have a waiver that we would like for to take a look at for legality purposes. The waiver is basically something that enter at your own risk, as well as a media photo release. Any questions?
Thank you.
All right. Well, very much, Jill.
Thank you.
Folks, I brought Ray Basilli was kind enough to join us here tonight. He is the attorney that reviewed the charter agreement for us, as well as the executive director contract. I'd like him to just kind of go over what a school attorney does. And hopefully that covers waivers for volunteers cleaning up schools.
This is Ray Basilli. How are you doing? Wonderful.
Great.
I have been working with the Nine in Greenwood for the past 5 years, and at both Allied Council and now their school board council. And the role on that sort of school board is very similar to that of what I look for somebody in the school board attorney. Runs the spectrum from contracts to main things that come up from time to dealing with more sophisticated things that come up. For example, last year, and some of this applies and some of this doesn't apply, or it's a little bit different in the context of the charter school. But last year, we have with things like putting our teacher evaluation plan. The statutes changed that required new evaluation plans, central training, like probably most charter schools will do eventually, has its own unique plan. It does adopt one of the prescribed or recommended plans that it says, and so there's a lot of interaction with the admission and teachers to come up with something that works for their type of school. And our collective bargaining under the new statutes this past summer, that was the first time we had done that under the new laws. Obviously, your teachers will not be wise, though, you know, on the size of the school and whether they decided down the road to do that event. You may have a teacher negotiations down the road. That's something that you have attorney look at. We've had things, threat and how to deal with that. We've had inappropriate conduct by teachers and how to deal with that. So the sort of things that come up from time to time that you may have somebody available to discuss those things. With our school board, one of the things that I do with them is just I can keep up to speed on what's going on there. I attend most of the board meetings, the ones that they need me there. I go for those separately. The ones that they don't, I don't bill them to be there. I just go to listen. Help is needed. You know, something that you go out, however you do that with whoever you hire for that capacity. And, you know, like I said, things like this where you have a charter agreement, things like that, that you need somebody else to look at, that's obviously what an attorney can do. So, I had any specific questions you wanted to talk about. If there's a charter agreement already been signed, questions, I'd be happy to answer them. If not, thank you for tuning in with me.
Questions for Ray?
No. I might have questions later, Paul, but I can't think of anything right now. I'm just, you know, I'm appreciative that you actually read over the charter and, you know, and are there and available for advice. I think as a school, everyone is, you know, it would serve us well to have counsel at our side ready to go if something would come up. That's always something I know is important and have recommended in the past. So thanks for your presentation.
You're welcome, Jim. More need to address the executive director contract, and I trust you all have reviewed what we had to say about it, as well as the contract. I will, at this time, comfortable entertaining a motion to approve the executive director employment contract. I have a motion.
I accept the executive director contract. Charlie?
I'll second.
Do I have a second? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And we'll show the executive director contract as approved. The last item we have here, well, we might have two items. I might add an item here. Item is one getting a bunch of feedback there, or that's good. We're in good shape. The last item on the agenda is the approval of attorney review of the employee handbook policies. I know last time we discussed getting them all together and having an attorney take a look at them. Mr. Bliss is here tonight, but I'm entertaining a motion to approve an attorney look at our employee handbook policies. Just we're good.
Motion, Paul.
Yeah. I'll second. All in favor of having an attorney review of the employee handbook policies, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, here shows that motion to have an attorney review the employee handbook policies as approved. To add, because we're having a volunteer day with 3 people, which is a great turnout, to help clean up the facility this Saturday. Pending availability, I would entertain a motion for Mr. Vasily here to draw up a waiver for folks to sign before entering the building. It's just protection at this point for us.
I'll make that motion.
All in favor of having prepare a waiver volunteers for the clean up day, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Hearing none, we'll show draw up a waiver volunteer day. Approved. All right. Do you have any further business tonight?
Yeah, I just sort of raising of the hand of people that are going to be there for the dinner on Friday night. Are you all going to be there?
I will be.
Are you going to be there?
I'll be there, Joan.
Oh, you can't. Okay, I'm sorry to hear
I'm in
that.
Texas.
All right, I'm actually going to fly in for the dinner. I decided not to fly in today because I would have added 2 more days onto my stay without having to fly back and forth. So that's I'd come in for the dinner and just call in for the meeting. And as it turns out, I was sick anyway, so it's better that it worked out that I didn't fly in today. So
Fred will be there on.
I'm looking forward to seeing you all Friday night at the dinner for sure.
Excellent. Yeah, one other issue I wanted to bring up was I was touring the building here earlier tonight, and there appears to be some structure leaning against the window to the rear of the facility. Anybody seen that, or are we taking any steps?
Yeah, Paul, I have, and actually I'm working with the owners of the building next door because they are working on closing their portion of the property with Team CFA Properties. So we're going to see it, yes, to answer your question. Second is just for everybody's information, I'm working with a local contractor, a demolition contractor, to demolish that and get that out of the way. So that should be there hopefully in the next few days. So.
Thank you very much, Charlie.
That's great. Thanks, Charlie.
Business meeting?
That's it.
We'll entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second?
All right. Any opposed to that? Hearing none, the March 19th meeting for the Indianapolis Academy of Excellence. Thanks, everybody.
All right.
See ya.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.